I'm here talking with Matt Mellott. He's the president and CEO of Brightree. Brightree's had some big announcements here at Medtrade 2019. Matt, you've got some new enhancements to the core system. What are they?
Sure. What we've come out with that we're showing here is we've added additional supply types to our already very successful Brightree Resupply platform.
Okay.
So this past year we've released incontinence, enteral, and diabetic. And coming up this fall, closer to Christmas, we'll probably be releasing urologicals and ostomy as well.
Oh, wow.
So you can imagine a lot of our customers who are more than just CPAP, this really brings a lot of the great functionality that comes with our Connect Resupply program they can use for their other supply types.
And this is huge. I know that you guys did a really successful podcast with us a couple months ago, specifically about expanding resupply, and it looks like this is just continuing. It looks like you're finding all sorts of opportunities to help these providers find new recurring revenue.
Absolutely, and what's exciting then it layers into our second announcement we made that we continue to expand on our analytics platform.
Okay.
So our analytics now has come out, it covers the enteral, diabetic, and incontinence, next to our very successful analytics platform for resupply CPAP. So you can now use that there. In addition, we've also started bringing in more data from some of our modules and other services. So Brightree patient collections data is now going into our data warehouse, and we're now able to produce some Brightree patient collection dashboards in our analytics tool. So what we've just released the first one, which is how are you doing with auto pay? So for that Brightree patient collections feature, you now have analytics around it.
And of course you've got this vast pool of data against which providers can model how they're not just doing internally, but how they stack up
Correct.
to the industry as a whole.
And it's one of the first questions we get when we demo is how do I look compared to everybody else? So you're exactly right. We can offer not only actionable insights with the platform, but we can also do benchmarking and how people look with their peers, how they compare. Absolutely.
How do these various elements, the resupply, the analytics, and all the other things that we just talked about, how do they all kind of coalesce together to support the HME business? I imagine there's sort of a concert that can happen.
Sure. What you'll find is several aspects of the Brightree platform. You're a bit modular, if you will, that if you don't potentially need that function or don't want it at this time, you can then purchase it when you need it. So the analytics is like that. As you mentioned, our resupply is like that, and several other. What you find is that customers who can utilize those and use all of them, really you find those successful DMEs out there. They're the ones I'd say who we're seeing grow. They're utilizing Apacheta, our mobile delivery services, and really bringing in the efficiency and streamlining these workflows. But several of these also help grow revenue. So you can imagine bring in the modules that help grow revenue, the ones that streamline the business, and you really are optimizing the Brightree platform for your business.
And now, so providers can use the entire system, or they can use, or they might use the core system in only certain modules.
Typically that's it. The core system comes with its standard features, and then typically a customer will go through and say which other of these modules could work for them, and then a lot of times make ROI decisions individually on those.
Okay. And then, but at the same time, their business might grow and change, and they might revisit it and say,
absolutely.
Okay, gotcha.
Absolutely. So yes, we'll see some who maybe are too small in resupply to use our resupply services today, but as they grow, it's now too hard to manage on their own, and definitely they become a good candidate for us at that point.
Right, and all I'm thinking is if somebody's got a resupply business going and they're using analytics, they're only going to need that stuff more and more.
Correct, correct. And the analytics layer on top of that gives full transparency to what our modules and our services are doing, so people can really see the difference of the before and after. It's been really exciting to have that analytics there just to show the benefit it's providing our customers.
I bet. Okay, so we've talked about well, maybe they need this, maybe that, or they might need the complete solution. But let's paint a picture for people out in the audience. If with a complete Brightree solution, what's possible? What kind of paint the picture of somebody who's got using the system broadly.
Sure. Basically you're seeing people who have adopted technology to facilitate their business versus a line item on their P&L that they just strictly manage. So seeing customers embrace it like that and really see how it can take costs out of the system, streamline, and several of our modules now help grow revenue is very exciting. And when you see someone put all those together, to be quite honest, you're looking at the more successful DMEs out there right now.
Yeah.
We have consultants who are not associated with Brightree who also give us feedback and say, I look at customers who have better collection rates, lower DSO. They have less people in intake than their peers do who aren't on Brightree. So obviously we believe that building the solution, but it's great to get third-party validation that they're seeing it in the market, these consultants who work with our customers every day.
Yeah, I mean, exciting for you, exciting for me as an editor just watching this industry from the outside in.
Yes.
Yeah, so, okay, we've got some big announcements here. What's next? What's coming down the road for not just Brightree, but technology in this industry as a whole?
Right. And you've probably heard us talk about it for 3+ years now, but interoperability.
There you go.
It is coming. People are seeing it. The requests we're getting now to direct links with hospital acute EMR systems. People are really wanting to take out the manual and the paper process there. So I'd say we're going to see that just continue to move forward. It will be just part of what we talk about for the next several years.
And you're being, and not to interrupt, but you're being modest because you guys have been really pushing that.
Correct.
Nick Knowlton with, is it the WellPoint, is that?
Oh, Commonwealth.
Commonwealth, that's
Yes.
it, yeah.
Yes.
Commonwealth, you guys have really been pushing that.
Yes, and we believe we're getting now within a year or so that we'll really be able to see Commonwealth play its role in this space. We've been investing in this well ahead of when we think when it's going to come fast. So we want to make sure the platform's ready and our customers are ready for it. I'd say the other thing we're going to see that we're putting a lot of time and energy into is more automation.
Okay.
So more where, if you've checked the boxes or done the right things with something through the process in Brightree, it just moves along to the next steps. So automation will be big. There'll probably be machine learning that becomes part of that as well.
Wow.
As we go into the coming years. The other one I'd say we've just scratched the surface on analytics. I mean, what you're seeing right now and our customers are using is just the beginning of all the data. We have it in our repository and our data warehouse from all the modules and different services. So the data's there and ready. Now it's just our analytics team working on the visualizations and the dashboard. So you're probably looking at several years of just additional functionality dropping into our customers who have pulled up the analytics dashboard and are using that.
Fascinating, and I'm just thinking about how what you're doing is playing to broader trends that are happening in healthcare as a whole.
Yep.
This is really exciting. It seems to me that you guys are both watching the needle move and pushing the needle.
Right, and I'd say the final one, which I'd say we've really heard in the past year more than ever, is help our customers prepare for value-based care. I think for all of us, that has been, what's that going to look like in the DME industry? We're starting to see what it's looking like. We're starting to have customers who are answering RFPs from payers that want to pay for performance or for quality. So it's a great dialogue we're beginning with our customers on what partners do we need to have, what do we need to develop so that they have the tools necessary that they can engage with the payer that way. And like I said, keep them part of the equation of all this going forward.
Absolutely. Well, Matt, thank you very much for sharing your time and all this information. Oh, and I should add, congratulations on winning 2 New Product of the Year awards.
Thank you very much.
That's great.
Yes.
So
huge accomplishment for the team. Yes, what they've put into this.
Yeah, and that was for Patient Hub and for the whole system.
The platform itself. Right?
Yeah. So and those are provider judged. So that's from the provider community telling you guys are on the money.
Right.
So well done.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
All righty.